On the distant planet of Xylar, a team of alien scientists gathered in a bright, high-tech lab. The room buzzed with excitement as they monitored the latest signals coming from space. For centuries, they had studied the universe, but nothing prepared them for what they were about to discover. Zara, the lead scientist, peered at the glowing screen. "Look at this!" she exclaimed, pointing to a series of strange patterns flashing in front of her. The other aliens leaned closer, their large eyes wide with curiosity. This signal is coming from Earth. Earth was a planet they had only heard about in old stories. According to legends, it was once home to a powerful species called humans. Many believed that humans had left the galaxy long ago, taking their secrets with them. But now something had stirred in the silence of time. "What could it be?" asked Finn, a young scientist eager for adventure. "Are the humans still alive, or is it just a remnant of the past?" Zara shook her head, deep in thought. "We need to find out. This could be a chance to learn about a species that was once considered dangerous." The other scientists began to debate. Some felt excited about the possibility of meeting humans, while others worried about what they might find. "What if they are hostile?" questioned Krell, a cautious scientist known for his careful thinking. "We must be prepared for anything." Determined to uncover the truth, Zara decided to form an exploration team. "We will travel to Earth and investigate the signal. We must know what happened to the humans and their legendary warships," she announced. Soon after, a small spaceship was prepared for the journey. The team consisted of Zara, Finn, Krell, and a few other brave scientists. As they boarded the ship, excitement and anxiety filled the air. They had studied human history, but nothing could compare to actually seeing Earth. After a smooth takeoff, the ship soared through the stars, leaving the familiar sights of Xylar behind. The journey felt long, but the team's excitement grew with every passing moment. Finn looked out of the window, dreaming of what they might find. "I can't wait to see their warships." "I've heard stories about their power and design," he said. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, Earth appeared before them. The planet was a beautiful blue and green sphere, covered in clouds. As they descended, the scientists could see the ruins of cities overgrown with plants. It was clear that no one had lived there for a long time. When they landed, the team stepped out of their ship and felt the soft feet. "This place is incredible," Zara said, gazing around. "Imagine what it was like when humans were here." As they explored the area, they stumbled upon remnants of human warships. Some were half buried in the ground, while others stood tall but worn by time. The sight of the enormous metal structures filled the aliens with awe. They could see the signs of battles long past, scratches and dents on the hulls telling stories of conflicts that had once raged. Zara's heart raced with excitement. "These ships are amazing. They look like they could still work," she said. The team began to scan the warships with their technology, trying to understand how they functioned. Each new discovery left them more astonished. Suddenly, a low hum echoed through the air. The team froze, looking at each other in shock. "Did you hear that?" Finn whispered. The noise grew louder, vibrating beneath their feet. Zara turned back to the ship. "We must investigate! It could be the signal," she declared, leading the team toward the largest warship. They approached cautiously, hearts pounding with anticipation. As they neared the ship, its lights flickered on, illuminating the area with a bright glow. The ancient machine came to life, sending waves of energy rippling through the air. The aliens stood frozen, their minds racing. What had they awakened? Were they about to meet the humans they had only heard about in legends? Excitement mingled with fear as they prepared for whatever was to come next. In that moment, they realized they had only scratched the surface of Earth's mysteries. The adventure had just begun, and the secrets of the past were waiting to be uncovered. The excitement in the lab of Xylar had reached a fever pitch. The team of alien scientists had just discovered the ancient signal from Earth, and now they were preparing for a journey like no other. Zara, Finn, Krell, and the others gathered around their spaceship, a sleek craft designed for deep space travel. Everyone felt a mix of nerves and eagerness. Zara checked the ship's systems. "Are we ready?" she asked, her voice steady but filled with anticipation. The others nodded, their expressions showing a mix of fear and excitement. Finn's eyes sparkled with enthusiasm. "I can't believe we're actually going to see Earth. What if we find the humans?" As they boarded the ship, Krell voiced his concerns. "We should not forget that humans were once powerful. They might still be dangerous. We need to be careful." Zara acknowledged his worry but remained optimistic. "We will take precautions. Our mission is to learn, not to fight." With the engines humming to life, the ship blasted off into the vastness of space. The stars twinkled outside the windows like tiny diamonds scattered across black velvet. Finn pressed his face against the glass, gazing in awe. "Look at all the stars! There are so many. It feels like we are heading into a dream," he exclaimed. As they traveled, the crew discussed the possibilities ahead. "What do you think Earth looks like now?" Finn wondered aloud. "Will we see cities or will everything be overgrown?" Zara smiled. "I imagine it will be a mix of both. Time has a way of changing everything." Days turned into weeks as they navigated through the stars. The ship's systems provided everything they needed: food, water, and information about their destination. However, the closer they got to Earth, the more tension filled the cabin. Krell often stared at the control panel, his brow furrowed in thought. "What if the humans don't want us there?" he asked. "We might be stepping into a trap." Zara turned to him, her expression serious. "That's why we must be ready for anything. We need to communicate clearly to show we come in peace." Finally, the day arrived. The ship entered Earth's atmosphere, and the view outside transformed. Blue oceans and green lands stretched out beneath them, interspersed with clouds. As they descended, ancient ruins came into view, telling stories of a once great civilization. "Prepare for landing," Zara commanded, her heart racing. The ship touched down gently in a clearing surrounded by thick trees and wild plants. The sight was breathtaking. They had arrived on Earth, a planet filled with history and secrets. The team stepped outside, their eyes wide with wonder. "It's beautiful," Finn whispered, taking in the lush greenery and the distant mountains. But Krell remained cautious. "We need to stick together. We don't know what might be lurking in the shadows." They began their exploration, moving cautiously through the dense forest. The air was fresh and filled with the sounds of strange creatures. Finn recorded everything with his device, excitedly capturing images of the flora and fauna. "Look at that! I've never seen plants like these before," he shouted, pointing to a flower with vibrant colors. As they moved deeper into the forest, they stumbled upon the remnants of an old city. Crumbling buildings stood like silent giants, overgrown with vines and moss. The team felt a mix of awe and sadness. "This was once a thriving place," Zara said softly. "Imagine the life that existed here." Suddenly, they heard a noise that sent chills down their spines. It was a low rumble, growing louder by the second. "What is that?" Krell asked, fear creeping into his voice. The ground shook beneath them, and the aliens glanced at each other in alarm. Zara quickly raised her device to scan the area. "It seems to be coming from that direction," she said, pointing toward a towering structure in the distance. The team raced toward the source of the sound, their hearts pounding with a mix of excitement and dread. As they approached the structure, they saw it was another warship, larger and more imposing than the ones they had seen before. Its hull was covered in rust, but it still looked powerful. The rumbling grew louder, and they realized the ship was awakening, just like the one they had encountered before. "Stay close!" Zara commanded as the ship's lights flickered on. The ground trembled again, and the team braced themselves for what might happen next. Were they about to awaken a force from the past? What secrets lay hidden within this ancient machine? The adventure was just beginning, and the aliens were about to face challenges they had never imagined. As the warship came to life, they stood on the edge of history, ready to uncover the mysteries of Earth and its legendary humans. The air was thick with anticipation as Zara and her team stood before the enormous warship. Its lights pulsed with energy, casting eerie shadows on the ground. The deep rumble that echoed from within the ship grew louder, vibrating through the aliens' bodies. The team exchanged nervous glances. They had uncovered something extraordinary. "Is it alive?" Finn whispered, his eyes wide with wonder. "Can it really wake up after all this time?" Zara took a step forward, her heart pounding. "We need to find out. We can't let fear hold us back. Let's see what this ship can do." As they approached, the ship's massive doors slowly creaked open, revealing a dark interior. The smell of metal and ancient machinery wafted out, filling the air. The team hesitated for a moment before stepping inside, their hearts racing with both fear and excitement. Inside, the warship was a maze of corridors and chambers. Flickering lights lined the walls, illuminating their path. The crew walked carefully, taking in the strange markings and symbols that adorned the surfaces. "This place feels like a tomb," Krell murmured, his voice low. "What if it is dangerous? Or what if it holds the key to understanding humans?" Zara replied, determined. They moved deeper into the ship, guided by the sound of humming machinery. They entered a large control room filled with consoles and screens, all covered in dust. Finn rushed to one of the panels, wiping away the grime to reveal a glowing interface. "I think I can activate it," he exclaimed, excitement bubbling in his voice. "Be careful," Zara cautioned, remembering Krell's worries. "We don't know what could happen." With shaking hands, Finn pressed a series of buttons. Suddenly, the room came alive. Screens flickered on, displaying images of battles and strategies from long ago. The crew watched in awe as videos of human pilots flying their warships flashed before their eyes. "This is incredible," Finn said, his face lit with joy. "Look at how they maneuver. They were so skilled." As they studied the footage, Zara's expression turned serious. "But these videos show war. Humans fought many battles. They were not just explorers, they were warriors." Krell nodded, looking uneasy. "We must remember that. If they are still alive, they might not welcome us with open arms." Just then, a loud noise erupted from the ship's core, interrupting their thoughts. The walls trembled and the lights flickered. Zara grabbed the control panel, trying to stabilize the system. "Everyone, hold on!" she shouted. The noise stopped suddenly and the screens went dark. A moment of silence followed, heavy with tension. "What was that?" Finn asked, breathing heavily. "I'm not sure," Zara replied, her brow furrowed. "But we need to find the ship's main power source. It might be unstable." The team navigated through the darkened corridors, their hearts racing. They eventually found a large chamber filled with strange machinery. In the center was a glowing core pulsating with energy. "This must be it!" Zara exclaimed, moving closer to inspect it. As she approached, a holographic image sprang to life above the core. It showed a map of Earth, pinpointing locations of other warships scattered across the planet. "There are more!" she gasped. "Humans must have hidden their ships all over." The aliens studied the map, excitement bubbling within them. "We have to find these ships," Finn said, his voice filled with determination. "Imagine what we could learn from them." Krell, however, remained cautious. "But what if the humans return? They might not like us using their technology." Zara considered this, her mind racing. "We must approach this carefully. We need to find a way to communicate with the humans before we do anything else." Just then, the core emitted a series of beeps, interrupting their conversation. The holographic map shifted, revealing a blinking signal. "What's that?" Krell asked, pointing at the display. "It looks like a distress signal," Zara said, her heart racing. "It's coming from one of the other warships." Finn looked at her, excitement sparking in his eyes. "We have to go. We can't leave someone in danger." Zara nodded, determination setting in. "Let's gather the information from this ship, and then we'll follow the signal. We might be able to help." With newfound purpose, the team began to gather data from the control panel, eager to learn more about the warships and the humans who had once commanded them. The adventure was far from over, and the mysteries of Earth were just beginning to unfold before them. As they prepared for the next leg of their journey, they felt a sense of hope and fear. Hope for what they might discover, and fear of the powerful beings they might encounter. The atmosphere in the warship's control room was charged with excitement and anxiety as Zara and her team finished gathering data from the ancient systems. The holographic map still flickered with the blinking signal, pulling them toward an unknown fate. "We have to move quickly," Zara said, determination in her voice. "If someone is in danger, we can't waste any time." The team made their way back to their small spaceship, the map guiding them to the distress signal's location. The ship's engines roared to life, and they blasted off into the sky, leaving the ancient warship behind. As they soared above Earth's surface, a sense of urgency filled the cabin. "According to the map, the signal is coming from a remote area," Zara explained, her eyes glued to the controls. "It looks like an old military base." As they approached the site, the view shifted from green forests to gray ruins, overgrown with weeds and vines. The remains of buildings and scattered debris hinted at battles long past. "This must have been an important location," Finn observed, his eyes wide with curiosity. The ship landed softly in a clearing, and the team stepped out cautiously. The air felt heavy with history, and a strange silence surrounded them. This place feels abandoned, Krell whispered, scanning the area for signs of life. Are we sure anyone is here? Zara held up the device they had used to trace the signal. It's coming from that direction. She pointed toward a crumbling building nearby. They moved toward it, their footsteps echoing in the stillness. As they entered the building, they were greeted by a large chamber filled with dusty machinery. In the center lay a series of cryo chambers, their glass panels fogged over with age. What is this? Finn gasped, his excitement turning to awe. Are those humans? Zara stepped closer to the chambers, her heart pounding. It looks like they were put into stasis. They might still be alive. She quickly scanned the control panel, trying to decipher the ancient technology. If I can activate the systems, we could wake them up. Krell frowned, clearly worried. What if they don't want to be disturbed? We have no idea how they will react to us. We can't leave them here, Zara replied, her voice firm. They deserve a chance to know what happened to their world. With trembling fingers, she began pressing buttons, activating the cryo chambers. A low hum filled the room as the machines whirred to life. The glass panels slowly cleared, revealing the faces of the humans inside, some young, some old, but all deeply asleep. After a tense moment, the first chamber opened with a loud hiss. A figure emerged, gasping for breath. The human looked around, confusion etched on their face. Zara stepped forward, her hands raised in peace. We are not your enemies. We come in peace! The human, a man with wild hair and tired eyes, squinted at the aliens. Who are you? He croaked, his voice hoarse. What happened? Zara took a deep breath, trying to calm her racing heart. We are scientists from the planet Xylar. We found your signal and came to help. You have been asleep for a very long time. The man blinked, trying to process her words. Asleep? For how long? 500,000 years, Krell answered softly, watching the human closely. The man's eyes widened in shock. What? That can't be possible! More chambers opened, and other humans began to awaken, each confused and disoriented. A woman stepped out, brushing her hair back and looking around in disbelief. What is going on? Where are we? Zara quickly explained their situation, trying to ease the fears of the humans. Your world has changed dramatically. We found your warships, and we want to help you understand what happened. The humans exchanged glances, a mix of fear and hope in their eyes. Are there still others like us? The woman asked, her voice trembling. Yes, Zara replied, her expression sincere. There are more warships scattered across the planet. We can find them together. Slowly, the humans began to trust the aliens. The man who had first awakened stepped forward, looking Zara in the eyes. I'm Captain James. If what you say is true, then we need to know what happened to our people and our planet. Then let's work together, Zara said, feeling a sense of camaraderie forming. We have much to discover. As the group began to share stories and knowledge, Zara felt a surge of hope. This was the beginning of a new alliance, aliens and humans working together to uncover the secrets of the past. The journey ahead was uncertain, but for the first time, they faced it as one united team. The chamber buzzed with energy as Zara and Captain James gathered the awakened humans and the Xylar team. They formed a circle in the middle of the old military base, a place that had seen war and despair but now buzzed with new life and hope. We have a lot to discuss, Zara began, looking around at the faces of both humans and aliens. We need to understand what happened to Earth and how we can work together to rebuild. Captain James nodded, his expression serious. Our memories of the past are hazy, but we can help each other. Many of us were soldiers, engineers, and scientists. We have skills that could be valuable. Finn, brimming with enthusiasm, added, and we know where more warships are. We can use their technology to help you. Krell, still cautious, interjected, but we must approach this carefully. We don't know if there are threats still lurking on this planet. True, Captain James agreed. After so long, we can't assume the world is safe. But we must find out what is out there. Zara's heart swelled with hope. Then let's split into teams. We can search for the remaining warships and gather information on Earth's current state. The humans and Xylar aliens nodded in agreement. The moment felt like a turning point. They were no longer just two separate groups. They were allies on a shared mission. As they planned their first expedition, Zara felt a spark of excitement. They would search for the nearest warship, located according to the map they had found earlier. Let's head out now, she urged. The sooner we start, the better. They quickly prepared their gear, gathering supplies and equipment from the base. Zara looked at Captain James, feeling a growing sense of camaraderie. "Ready?" she asked. "Always," he replied with a small smile. Together, they led their teams outside, stepping into the sunlight that felt warm and inviting. As they made their way through the overgrown landscape, the group marveled at the beauty of Earth. Vibrant flowers blossomed among the ruins, and the sound of birds filled the air. The planet was healing, slowly but surely. "Look at this place," Finn said, touching the petals of a bright flower. "It's like a hidden paradise." Captain James smiled, but his expression turned serious. "We must remember that while nature is healing, humanity has scars. We must learn from our past mistakes to create a better future." Zara agreed, feeling the weight of their mission. "Yes, we need to honor the sacrifices made before us. Let's make sure we do not repeat those mistakes." The group walked for hours, discussing plans and sharing stories. The connection between humans and Xylar grew stronger with each step. Laughter echoed as Finn and one of the humans, a technician named Mia, joked about old technology. "You think our systems are outdated?" Mia asked, smirking. "You should see some of the stuff we had." As they approached the site of the next warship, Zara felt a mix of excitement and anxiety. What if they found more humans? Or what if there were still dangers lurking nearby? Suddenly, they arrived at a clearing filled with the wreckage of another warship. "This one is even bigger," Finn exclaimed, eyes shining with wonder. "Look at the design!" As they investigated the ship, they noticed it was heavily damaged, but still held valuable technology. "We can salvage parts from this," Captain James said, examining the control panel. "If we can repair it, we could have a working ship again." Zara and Krell set to work, studying the controls and systems, while James and Mia began searching for materials to help with repairs. The team worked tirelessly, combining their skills and knowledge. As day turned into night, they finally managed to get a few systems online. The ship hummed to life and lights flickered on, illuminating the darkened interior. "We did it!" Finn cheered, jumping up and down. "This is just the beginning," Zara said, her heart swelling with pride. "Together we can build a new future." Just then, a loud noise echoed from outside. The group froze, tension filling the air. Captain James raised a hand. "Stay alert. It could be a threat." As they looked outside, they saw figures emerging from the shadows. Humans and aliens alike prepared themselves for what was about to come. But instead of hostility, they found a group of people, a mix of humans who had also been awakened, and some friendly creatures from the forest drawn by the commotion. The team realized they had found not just allies, but friends. The dawn of a new alliance was upon them, one that promised hope for the future of both humanity and the Xylar race. Together, they would explore, rebuild, and protect their shared world, ensuring that the mistakes of the past would never be repeated.